Hey guys, Dvsgames here. Welcome back to another video. So my daily missions have just reset. My weekly missions have just reset, and the season missions have just opened up. I noticed this earlier when I was playing, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and stop, let it load up to 6 missions, and then I'll go ahead and get back into it. Now we do have Conquest coming in just. I want to say it's gonna be later on today if I upload this video on the 12th. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to be doing that, so maybe it already came out by the time you're watching this. Either way, my plan going into Conquest is I am going to be piloting the Dino Collector deck that I used in Pull 2 to get Infinite, as it has given me a very strong deck to use, and it has given me quite a bit of wins. Even in Infinite, I'm using it and I'm still winning cubes. I'm still using it to complete my missions. And the only thing that I've changed once I've gotten into pull 3 cards is I've added Quinjet. I've strongly considered adding in some other cards like Lizard. Actually, I do want to try this. I want to try to take out Lizard, and I want to try to put in Medusa, just because she recently got buffed, and I do know that a 2-5 in the mid location is not going to be a bad thing for us, so we can definitely use her. Plus, as you can tell, I did use her quite a bit when I first got her, so she's got a decent amount of boosters already. Once we get the credits, we can upgrade her and possibly get something else. But yeah, this is going to be basically what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and complete a couple missions, show you guys a couple of games, and we'll see what cards we unlock at the end. Alright guys, so here we are up against Kawasaurus. Now, in Infinite, I've played against this person multiple times. I do know that he typically runs an Agatha deck, so here it's an easy 4 cubes if you play around the Agatha. I'm not sure how exactly it works, but I do know that typically when Agatha gets played, if the person is just playing AFK, basically all you got to do is outplay the Agatha. Here, as you can see, I can easily drop cards wherever I want. Agatha's already on board, so therefore she's not playing anything. All that she cares about is playing the turns up until she gets to be played. And so far my experience is just let it play out, snap when you're confident that they're not actually going to be playing the deck, and then just go ahead and finish the game off. Had I taken a look earlier and noticed what my missions were, I would have actually paid a little bit more attention to it and noticed not only do I have to win locations with only 1 card, I have to win them with less than 10 power. The mid location here would have been a perfect time to do that. I could have easily dropped White Queen here, or I mean even Sentinel at this point. Really, the only thing I wouldn't have wanted to drop in the middle would have been Scarlet Witch, because if she ends up changing it to like Bar with No Name Bar with No Name, then you end up losing the location even though you have a small amount of power there. But yeah, see, this was an easy win, easy 4 cubes, not taking anything away from the guy. Obviously he made it to Infinite, and then he just farms boosters AFK. Seems good, right? If only we could all do that. So, collecting our rewards, we're up to 103. Let's go ahead and take a look at this match against Edgar. Now here, we open up with Central Park. Obviously that's a bad thing for us because we definitely want to have some room to drop our card draws. And locations that clutter the board do kind of make it difficult for us. It's also a high Evo deck, which is another somewhat random matchup for us, depending on how they draw, which in this case he actually didn't draw very well, and very thankful for that. Now, I was under the impression that when you pull a card with Cable, they no longer have that card, but here we got high Evo from him, and as you can see, we just load up the middle location. Gamma Lab's going to go off. I do know that High Evo decks tend to run Hulk, so that could definitely be a problem. But seeing as to how he completely loaded up the right location, that means we know what we have to play against to win. So again, a very easy location to win with our Devil Dinosaur. Dropping Abomination on the left is, I mean, it's a standard play. It's not really that bad. And now it's just a matter of keeping our hands full. So we'll go ahead and drop our White Queen to replace herself. And we end up pulling Dr. Doom from him, which is great. But at the same time, are we really going to play it? Not really. We have Chavez. We'll go ahead and play out ours. I mean, it really doesn't matter. We'll just go ahead and play things out. Magic Girl will replenish her hand and make sure that our Devil Dinosaur keeps his strength up as high as possible. We end up getting Sakar, which is kind of cool. Pulls Chavez at the last second. So, still an easy win. Not exactly sure if he was having problems with his draw or just wasn't really paying attention. Either way, we're at 104. We'll take it. Next match. So here we went up against this guy Eggs, and this is definitely an interesting match. Again, I'm looking at Atlantis. I know that's a location I can easily win with Devil Dinosaur all by himself. So we have Fist Tower. We have no movement in here. We're not really worried about it. The only thing that might be a problem is if he plays Magneto or Polaris. That could obviously cause issues. So here we will go ahead and change it just in case. And I learned something very interesting here. So the Wasp coming into hand is great because it lets us drop it out of our hand, play Moon Girl, get double Devil Dinosaurs. And Wasp being the first card we play, obviously it's going to die to Vormir. So we're not worried about that again. But here, the deck that he's playing, it runs a White Queen. Now, it's a good card. I run it as well, obviously. So obviously, I know that he took my Devil Dinosaur. And I wasn't sure how the mechanic worked. I thought it just gives you a random card that is similar to it. Like, you know, when you use Agent 13, if you pull a card that you already have, sometimes you get a variant, sometimes you get it with a different quality. But here, he drops a Devil Dinosaur up here. I thought that was my Devil Dinosaur that he had just pulled. So I was like, okay, got it out of his hand. That's great. That lets me drop my Devil Dinosaur on the next turn with an Iceman. Maybe I can take it from him. Maybe not. But I found out there, the card back on it was actually my card back. So therefore, it's my Devil Dinosaur that he played on the second turn. So he had his own in hand. He's running a version of Devil Dinosaur. So, lesson learned. Gonna keep that in mind for next time. We can go ahead and collect a few things here. We'll start off with the Season Pass. We got the Mystery variant unlocked, and it's a Dan Hip Wolfsbane. That's kind of cool. We'll probably upgrade her. I do use Wolfsbane a lot, so we can definitely take that card to Infinite and split it. And then from here, I believe this is the match where I was able to complete the winning 2 locations with less than 10 power. However, again, I had to learn a lesson. So, again, I'm still learning. I still make playing mistakes. I'll never admit to be the best in the game just because I know I'm not. But here with TVA, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna gamble on it. I'll take Scarlet Witch into the middle. I don't want these rocks anyway. Thor comes out, and at this point, I'm gonna lose one location at least, right? So I say, alright, let's go ahead and drop Ironheart and Sentinel. Sounds like a good plan to me. But where I messed up is I actually probably should have dropped Sentinel on the other location. If I would have dropped him on the left, there's a chance I win. He drops Jubilee, who gets him Black Panther, who takes just enough power to tie me up, and I end up losing by 1. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? You gotta take the wins with the losses. But, alright. Alright guys, and with that being said, I played for about 35 minutes. I was able to get my missions completely done. I should have collected them little by little so you could see. Maybe I'll try to clip that in. This was actually really hard for me to win 2 locations with 10 power or less. But it came in the form of Scarlet Witch in Luke's bar, as you just saw. I did lose the overall match, but what do you expect, right? Either way, let's go ahead and collect our loot. Got 100 credits here, some extra gold. And in those 35 minutes, I was able to complete a lot of Chapter 2 missions. Now, they are going to take me a little bit of time. The winning a location with only 1 card is definitely something that's going to be a little challenging. Just because this deck can do it doesn't mean that it does it very consistently. So we'll have to see how that goes. We do have a few cards that we can unlock. So let me go ahead and get those upgrades. Alright guys, so since I'm going to be using my Devil Dinosaur deck to be climbing and to play it in Conquest, I decided I'm going to go ahead and stick with upgrading the Devil Dinosaur himself. I do have the foil finish of the base card, so I figured that's not bad. We'll go ahead and try to pimp it out, make it look real nice. And the other card that I went ahead and upgraded was I did go ahead and upgrade my White Tiger to Infinite. So we ended up getting a foil finish on her as well. And that White Tiger looks really cool. And then we went ahead and split it. So there we go. We unlocked just a few levels, but we did get a cash. So let's see what we get out of that. We got Dr. Doom. Definitely an amazing card. We can definitely use it, and we're definitely going to be putting him in our deck, in one of our decks, so that we can start playing around with him and getting him some boosters. Alright guys, thanks for joining. Catch you all in the next one. Laters.